Can you believe that with just fresh milk, cheese, and yogurt starter, you can make this creamy, silky smooth, rich, and cheesy yogurt right at home? No condensed milk, no added sugar, and no special yogurt maker needed. This yogurt has a naturally refreshing tang, beautifully combined with the rich, creamy, savory flavor of cheese, creating a smooth, creamy texture that's incredibly tempting and so easy to enjoy. If you love homemade recipes that are simple, use just a few ingredients, yet create something truly special, this is definitely one you'll want to try. Let's get started. Right before you begin, take the yogurt starter out of the refrigerator and leave it in its sealed container. While we prepare the cheese, the yogurt will gradually become less cold. This helps reduce the temperature difference when we add the starter to the mixture later, without leaving the yogurt at room temperature for too long. For the best fermentation, choose plain, unsweetened yogurt that contains live cultures. On the label, look for phrases such as live cultures or live and active cultures. For today's recipe, we'll use 70 grams of yogurt starter. Next, we'll soften 100 grams of cheese using a double boiler method. It's nice to know that we see each other all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. It's great to see your support. Place the cheese in a heat-proof bowl or pot. Set it over a pot of hot water and heat over low heat. Stir gently to distribute the heat evenly, allowing the cheese to soften gradually without overheating. This is the key to getting the cheese smooth and easy to combine with the milk in the next step. If you prefer a milder cheese flavor, you can use 60 to 80 grams. With 100 grams, the cheese flavor will be more pronounced and richer. Continue stirring until the cheese is soft, smooth, and easy to stir. There's no need to melt it completely at this stage. Once the cheese has reached the desired softness, turn off the heat and remove the bowl from the hot water bath. Next, add 1,000 milliliters of unsweetened fresh milk to the 100 grams of softened cheese. Then, heat the mixture over low heat, stirring as you heat, until the cheese has completely melted and the mixture becomes smooth and uniform. There is no need to bring it to a boil. Just heat it enough for the cheese to melt completely. Once the mixture is smooth and you see a little steam rising, turn off the heat and let it cool slightly. This is when you need to pay close attention to the temperature. Do not add the yogurt starter while the mixture is still hot, because excessive heat can reduce the activity of the live cultures. Let the mixture cool to around 40 to 45 degrees Celsius, 104 to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. If you have a kitchen thermometer, check the temperature directly. If you don't have one, the mixture should feel clearly warm, but not so hot that it feels uncomfortable when you touch the side of the pot. Once it reaches the right temperature, we can add the yogurt starter. By now, the yogurt starter will have softened and become less cold. Pour the yogurt starter into the pot. Stir gently and evenly. There is no need to whisk vigorously. Just stir enough to distribute the cultures evenly throughout the mixture. Now, strain the mixture through a fine mesh sieve into a cup or a pouring jug. This small step helps remove any remaining bits of cheese or small particles, creating a smoother, more uniform mixture and helping the yogurt develop a beautiful surface after fermentation. After straining, pour the mixture into clean, dry glass jars with lids. You don't need special yogurt jars. Ordinary glass jars work perfectly well. If you notice any small bubbles on the surface, you can use a spoon to remove them. This step is optional and is mainly to help the surface of the yogurt look smoother and more beautiful after fermentation. Put the lids on, and now we're ready to begin the fermentation process. Now comes the crucial step that transforms the milk and cheese mixture into rich, creamy, smooth yogurt, creating a warm, stable environment for the cultures to work. You can use an insulated cooler, a lidded pot, or an insulated container. Place the yogurt jars inside. If you're using a pot, place a thick blanket underneath it. Next, prepare warm water at around 45 to 50 degrees Celsius, 113 to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Slowly pour the water into the pot until it reaches about 2/3 of the height of the jars. There is no need for the water to reach the lids. The warm water will gradually transfer heat to the yogurt jars and cool down during the incubation process, helping create a warm and stable environment for the cultures to work. Close the lid tightly, then wrap the blanket around the pot to help retain the heat. Now, all you need to do is be patient. The incubation time is usually around 6 to 8 hours, but it can vary depending on the room temperature and the activity of the cultures. If the weather is cold, the yogurt may need more time. After about 6 hours, you can check it. Tilt the jar gently. The yogurt should hold its shape. Open the jar, and the yogurt should have set, with a smooth, thick surface. These signs indicate that the yogurt has reached the desired level of fermentation. If it has already reached the texture you like, there is no need to continue incubating. Over-fermentation can make the yogurt more sour and cause more whey to separate. Now, place the jars in the refrigerator and chill the yogurt for at least 2 to 3 hours to allow the texture to continue setting before serving. Chilling will help the yogurt stabilize and become thicker and smoother. Where are you watching from? Please leave a comment to let me know. After chilling, you'll notice that the yogurt has a soft, slightly elastic, creamy texture with the characteristic mild tang of yogurt. And this is our homemade cheese yogurt. No condensed milk, no added sugar, no artificial flavoring. With just fresh milk, cheese, and yogurt starter, we've made a rich and creamy yogurt with a distinctive cheese flavor. The mild tang of the yogurt balances beautifully with the rich, slightly salty flavor of the cheese, creating a sensation somewhat similar to a cheesecake-style dessert, but in yogurt form. If you enjoy natural flavors, you can simply enjoy it as it is. Or turn it into a dessert or breakfast bowl with fresh berries, strawberries, blueberries, banana, granola, nuts, or add a little maple syrup if you prefer it sweeter. Since the basic recipe contains no added sugar, you can adjust the sweetness when serving instead of adding sugar from the beginning. If you notice a little clear liquid on the surface after chilling, it may simply be natural whey and does not necessarily mean the yogurt has spoiled. You can gently stir it back in or drain off some of the whey if you prefer a thicker texture. And if this is your first time making yogurt, don't worry if the final texture isn't exactly like store-bought yogurt. The thickness and amount of whey can vary depending on the type of milk, the yogurt starter, the temperature, and the fermentation time. What I love most about this recipe is its simplicity. Just 3 main ingredients: milk, cheese, and yogurt starter. No condensed milk, no added sugar, no special yogurt maker needed. All you need to do is control the temperature carefully before adding the yogurt starter, maintain a warm environment for fermentation, and give the yogurt enough time to ferment. And after a few hours, you'll have jars of soft, creamy, rich, and cheesy homemade yogurt right at home. If you love homemade yogurt, give this recipe a try and let me know whether you prefer it with berries, granola, or fresh fruit. The video ends here. If you have any comments, please leave a comment below. If you find the video interesting, please give me a like. Don't forget to share it with your relatives and friends. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. Goodbye. See you in the next video.